Okay, here's the next lesson. Moving a server back and forth. Okay, here's the next lab using the ultrasonic sensor, and it is sensing the distance from here to the table in this case. So here's the serial monitor data. See, it's pointing right at the table, 5-6 centimeters. If I move it to be, say, pointing at my wall, see, it jumps up a little bit to 40 centimeters. Pretty accurate. All right, next we got our temperature and humidity sensor running. And you can see over here, we got the data for it coming in pretty consistent. All right, next we have the analog joystick. See the numbers here. And if you move the joystick around, the numbers change and the switch changes when you press it in. All right, here's a video of the IR receiver working. So we can press any of these buttons here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And over here on the computer, you can see them popping up as I press them. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you repeat it, yeah. All right, next circuit is the Hello World using the LCD reader. Okay, here we have the external power supply powering the DC motor using the H bridge, and all of the fans movements are controlled by the code, and it also prints it out in the serial monitor exactly what it's doing. Okay, here we have the thermistor lab, and the LCD screen is reading the temperature of the thermistor over here. And if I just put my finger on it, it should heat up the resistor, the thermistor, and it's going to detect that. Yep, you can see it's going up 26, 27 degrees Celsius. And if I take my finger off, it might take a second. Eventually it will drop back down. To 30, now it's dropping. Yep. Falling down 29, 28. All right, next lab is the number. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next lab is this digit display. You can see it's counting here on the little 7 segment display, just scrolling through the numbers. Okay, here's the next lab, the photoresistor, and we got some LEDs wired up. So it's the photoresistor is detecting how much light is receiving over here. So if we put our fingers over it and just prevent how much light, the LEDs go down, LEDs turn off, and if we let it have light again, it brings the LEDs turn back on. All right, here is the 7 segment 4-digit display, and it's all wired up, and it's counting up the numbers. And the only thing is this this segment isn't lighting up. I've tried playing around with the wires. I can't figure out what's going on, if it's a wiring issue or if it's an issue with the display. But other than that, it's all working. Oh, I figured out the problem was with this pin wasn't actually inside the board. It got broken because of the breadboard being so new and hard, I guess. Okay, here's the next lab using the relay. It should turn on the fan in just a second. Yep, there it goes. And then it'll change directions and go again. All right, and the last lab is the stepper motor control using the remote. It's not moving for whatever reason now. I can't get the stepper motor to move, but before it was working, so I can't figure out what might have changed. Because normally you would just press volume up and volume down, and the stepper motor was spinning left and right. But I left it and then came back to it, and now it's not working. So I don't know. I've double checked all the wiring 10 times. So I can't figure out what's wrong with this one, but logically it makes sense. The code should work, so I'm not sure. All right, here we have lesson 4 of Elegoo starter kit. The Arduino's controlling this RGB LED, having it slowly change over time. It's getting caught, yeah, on the video. And here's the code. This is the serial monitor showing all the values of the LEDs. You can see how it's just cycling through all of them and changing the color of the LED. And that's basically what the code says, just cycling through. All right, here we have lesson 4 of Elegoo starter kit. The Arduino's controlling this RGB LED, having it slowly change over time. It's getting caught, yeah, on the video. And here's the code. This is the serial monitor showing all the values of the LEDs. You can see how it's just cycling through all of them and changing the color of the LED. And that's basically what the code says, just cycling through. Okay, here's the next lesson. Using a button, turn the LED on and off. Okay, here's the next lesson. Using one button and a separate button to turn it off. Only one button can turn it on, only one button can turn it off. Okay, here's the next lab. We have a LED. Every 8 seconds it wakes up, sort of like a watchdog watching out. Here's the code, and if we press the button, we can interrupt and turn the light LED on whenever we want, interrupting the watchdog period. So press it, detects the button being pressed, otherwise, and then it goes back to sleep and waits for us to press the button, or it waits for the 8-second wake up. Okay, here's the next lesson using active buzzer. All right, here's the next lab using the passive buzzer. Okay, here we have the next lab, tilt ball switch. So we got our tilt ball switch up here. We got this LED here is on. Let me get a better. And when you tilt the switch, the light goes off. Tilt it upright, stays on. Tilt it over, the LED goes off.